Good afternoon, everyone. It's Kalina Kintsugi woman. How are you? You know, we put on these different faces, right? Different masks. And right now, I just feel frustrated with myself. How many of you feeling that way right now? How many of you have been going through, it's like, why did I do that? How could I forget that? What's going on, right? Sometimes we just get so busy, our brain is just busy, or there's things in our life, and just one thing after another, right? So about last year this time, I have a phone. The phone that I'm recording on is fine. It's this phone, I've had so much problem with it, and I don't use this phone anymore for phoning. I can take pictures with it, I can record. But this phone, it died on me. For some reason, it just died. So I took it in, they said, oh, it's the battery. So I went and I spent $150 and I got a battery. And the battery worked for a bit. I had it maybe a week. And then because I bought it here, where my daughter is, and then I went home and my phone is not working. It would not charge. I put this cord in it. Got a regular cord, like how we're supposed to use it. Nothing would work. I didn't have a phone. And I was like, what do I do? And I was like, I have to buy a new phone. I need to get a new phone. So finally, I went and I got a new phone. And I bought this phone. And so this phone doesn't recognize my, for some reason, profile on there. So on Facebook, I'm my Kalina Baines. On here, it doesn't accept my Kalina Baines. It goes back to my older profile that I had like years ago. So people are getting my profile on here from here saying, who is this? You've got your pictures and whatever. But the thing is, this is who I call you on. The whole thing is, this morning, I came to my daughter's here like yesterday. But because I've got this phone, I went to Walmart and I said, this phone doesn't work. I don't understand what's going on. I need to figure it out. It's actually a new phone and the warranty's over. So, they won't do anything. I can't do anything with it with the manufacturer unless I send it in. And they said, oh, it's the motherboard. I'm like, I'm not going to spend $300 or whatever it is. And I need my phone. I don't want them to refurbish it or whatever. It'll take my pictures off of it. And so I lost all those pictures and on actually a different phone too. But so I was lucky. I went to Walmart and Walmart was over there and he's like, well, why don't you try this other charger? He says, maybe it's not the charger. Maybe it's the battery. Maybe it's the part that you put this in that's not charging. So they introduced me to this charger. So I bought one of these because it charges, so I have my phone back. But because I haven't got the services on that phone anymore, I've got my on the new one because I ended up buying a new one because I just was so frustrated. I needed a new phone. I needed to have something I could use, and I didn't want to have to worry. But I ended up afterwards going, because it's a good phone, I wanted to figure out how to use it. So it does charge, but it's on here. But now I don't have the services on there. Anyway, so that was very frustrating. So I'm at my daughter's and son's. It's our birthdays, my son, my daughter, and myself birthday this month. And so because all this with a silly phone and this charger that I had to bring along, I had this charged up by my computer. And I don't usually have it over there. I usually have it on the wall over there on the other side of the room. But for some reason, I thought, I needed to bring it over and charge it on the side by my laptop this time. Anyway, I'm coming to my kids and I pulled my cord out, my phone cord out. I brought this along and I brought my other charger for my phone along. But because I had that charger, I was thinking that was my laptop charger. Well, so I get here to my daughter's and I've got my laptop and I have no laptop charger. I can't charge and this laptop, it doesn't have a battery. It's got, and if I don't have it plugged in for an hour, so it will die on me. And it's frustrating, but it has to be plugged in. So, and I need to get my magazine out. Well, how responsible is that of me? But it's like I brought my two cords that I normally bring from that you know, where I plug it in, but it's because I put the, but it's like, why do I do these things to myself? You know how frustrating it is. I feel like, what did I do? You know, it's wasting all this time. I need to get this done. But the thing is, so I went to Staples. If you guys have Staples, you know what that is. Anyway, so they bring out a box full of adapters. And they say, we want 80 bucks. I need only one of these little charging things to get on here, but it's 80 bucks. So I said, no, I'm not going to do that. So we went to another store, Canada Computers. We went over there. Anyway, so they have the same thing for $30. We go in there and they say, well, what is it? So I took a picture of this. I took the picture of the side so they'd see and everything. But they say, well, what is the wattage? I don't know what the wattage is. I didn't know where to look for the wattage. I come back home, get my laptop, go back again, and they try these two boxes. Well, you know what? None of them worked. They must have been 6 or 7 different ones, and each one, they were very good. The customer service very nice in there, you know, the products. But for some reason, this Asus, it did not like any of them that they had. So, of course, then I had to go back to Staples and buy the $80 one. And it did work. The $80 one I've got now so I can work on my magazine. But it's just like so frustrating sometimes. It's like, why? Circumstances, something happens in our life and it's like, why? It's like, you know, we were on a trip for a wedding and somebody, I won't say who, but somebody left their cap, baseball hat. And so they had to go buy another hat. It's like, oh, I don't have my hat. I gotta buy. But, you know, like different little things that, and it can frustrate us, right? You know, and when it takes time, it takes money. It's like, what are we doing? Right? And so today, if you're feeling frustrated, just breathe. Let's breathe. Breathe out that frustration. Breathe it out. And breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Let go of that anxiety. It is frustrating, right? We have to spend all the time and we're frustrated because the money or whatever. And it's just silly little things, right? But we all have it. We all go through it, you know, and it's like, don't let it control you because we've all got things like that. You know, there might be a bad driver on the road, somebody honking at you for some reason. You know, there's so many things in life that just little things that can really unnerve us and make us upset at times. I'm just telling you that we have control of that, how we react. So now I've got time. I've got all day. I've got all night to work on my magazine. So I'm going to do that, and I'm fine. It just took a little bit of time. Took a little bit of time. But if you're feeling frustrated, if you're feeling anxious about something, you're feeling upset with yourself, you know, it's not because initially it's like, why did I do that? Why did my brain? But it's because we do things so automatically. That's what it is. It's because I always have the 2 cords in that unit and I always take those 2 cords out. And because I needed this, I grabbed that. But I don't usually, I haven't done this in years. I've never done this, that I grabbed the wrong cord. So it was very frustrating. Anyway, it took a few minutes to just let you know that this is one of my days that I just take care of you, love you, trust you. This Grandma Cleana. I'll put our links in here for the magazine. So if you've got something you want to share, I would love to hear and feature it and get that out. Take care of you. Kintsugi woman, Kalina. Have a wonderful day. Breathe. Breathe and let go of all that. Kintsugi on.